So the master hears his slaves praying for the return of Jesus, which of course is the first ship used to enslave Africans. So the master decides to give them Jesus, and we've been praying for the return ever since. Maybe snap out of this Abrahamic spell, and let's get back on goal. I'm sure when our ancestors were coming here on the good ship Jesus, and we first landed, I'm sure, as we're all shackled together, walking off of that ship onto this new land, I'm pretty sure my ancestor wasn't looking over his shoulder to your ancestor, saying,
"Man, I'm so glad we're here. I can't wait for someone to tell us who God is."
I don't think that they were even conceiving of, oh wow, look at all these white folks and their technology. We're so extremely envious. I hope and pray that they allow us to integrate so that they can teach us what Earth is, what the solar system is, what God is, and how to live, and how to eat, and how to breathe, and how to shit, how to have babies, when you can have babies. I'm sure that's not what the plan was. So somehow, within 400 years, which isn't really a long time, not to sound insensitive, but 400 years to forget your ancestors and to go so far off point and off goal is shameful. To bow down to the God that your master gave, shame. Shame on you. Okay, here we have our basic cube. Our basic cube. Look in the center of it. You'll see the letter Y, but we'll get back to that. Look in the center of it. You'll see the letter Y. Let's look and see cube imagery. Alright? That's basically forced on us. Alright? Via entertainment. This is Star Trek. This is the Borg cube on the right hand side, the black cube. That's alien species, whatever. They're known for assimilating people. This movie is Thor, or in the Thor series, this character is Loki, which is also ironic. He's holding a cube with a glowing orb in the center of it. This, actually, there is a cube. There's a black ice cube in the center of this animated solar system. Now, this is kind of an older movie. I don't know if anyone notices or remembers it. I mean, it's Hellraiser 3. Don't know if there's a 4 and 5. But notice the black cube in his hands with the glowing orb actually on the top of it. Glowing orb. This movie goes back. Notice the cube with the glowing orb in the center as well. Can't remember this movie. It's not The Matrix, or it could be. Certainly the character from The Matrix. But he's holding, yet again, a cube. Now, you would think the movie industry, they spend millions and millions of dollars promoting, apparently, things people don't understand. This is Iron Man, glowing cube. Now this is Nicki Minaj. She's standing literally in the middle of nowhere. There's her and a chrome cube for some reason. Okay? Like I said, the movie industry spends millions and millions of dollars promoting things, apparently, that no one really understands. I'm suggesting that, yes, there are people that understand. This is will.i.am. There's a pyramid of bodies, apparently, and he's holding another glowing cube. Right? Actually, if you look all over the world, here's Santa Ana, Manhattan, Australia, Denmark. There's cube imagery everywhere. Right? Here's Google, one of their logos. Or actually, I didn't do research. I just see a black cube, and Google, somehow they're related. Here's Gateway, another black cube logo. They're a computer company, I believe. Right? If you look around and really pay attention, this one is really interesting. Notice that's a cube within a cube. Right? That's the Nintendo GameCube. Right? Anyways, if you spend millions and millions and millions of dollars promoting a cube, there must be a reason for that. We should at least be in agreement. There must be a reason for that. This is D-Wave. It's actually a quantum computer. This thing can run the world. This is also another double cube. Right, but you get the idea. Okay? There's logo. It's endless. I can go on forever with the logos. Let's look back and see where this cube, how far back the cube goes. All right? We should all know this one, right? This is the Kaaba. The Muslims pray to the Kaaba, basically, right? Supposedly it's a building. I think it was built by Abraham or something. But the point that I want to bring out is, you look at the bottom of this wall, you'll see a chrome disc or vagina looking thing, to be honest with you. There it is. Now in the center hole, supposedly there's a stone, the black stone, and it fell from space. Now that's important. Supposedly it fell from space. Another thing that's interesting, other than it being a huge black cube with a vagina object in it, with a stone that supposedly comes from space, is you'll see the people, how they rotate around this thing. Look at that. Can you see that? Black cube number 1. Did you see the various cubes displayed in the movies, videos, and product logos? Yes? Okay, did you see the Kaaba? Did you see the Kaaba? Was the Kaaba a black cube? Yes or no? If yes, please move forward. If not, please start from the beginning. Keep up with the class. Alright, so we found the cube in Islam, the first Abrahamic religion. Not the first, it's actually the third. However, it wasn't really hiding, it's right there in Mecca. But now we're going to look for Christianity's cube. Christianity's cube. Okay, so let's take our normal cube. Really simple, everyone can do this. And we're going to unfold it. Okay, you're basically just going to open the box until it's laid flat. Once it's laid flat, there it is. There's your cross. There's your cross, okay? Ignore the numbers, they're not significant at the moment. However, this is your cross, the cross that Jesus Christ supposedly was hung on or crucified on. Is that correct? Jesus Christ was crucified on a cross. So basically, what we have is we have Jesus folding himself. Okay? Like Jesus and this cross, they're one. Jesus and the cross are one. And he's folding himself into this cube. let me put it this way. Let's say this dancer here is Muhammad, okay? This dancer is Muhammad, and we're just going to have Muhammad get into his cube, right? He's just going to go ahead and get into this cube. Let's go ahead and get in that box. There we go. There we go. Very good. Go ahead and close yourself up. Wait a minute. Jesus. Yeah, let's get Jesus in the box too. You get the point, right? Jesus folded himself. You notice how Muhammad is all in Jesus' nuts. Did you, in fact, witness via video a cube unfold into a cross? Yes, the cross is a symbol of Christianity. Is that correct? Okay, in the least, Islam and Christianity have similarities, and the cube now is yet another similarity. Before we get to the Star of David, I want to ask you a question first, right? If we could assume that the cross is a symbol of Christ, the cross is a symbol of Christ. By extension, an upside down cross is a symbol of of course, the Antichrist. Okay, Christ and Satan. Got it? Sweet white baby Jesus and darkness. Alright. So, my question is, if we look at a triangle, we think of a pyramid or black. So, by extension, an upside down triangle would be, I would say, anti-black. Alright, let's find Yahweh. Alright, so we're going to have our triangle, or blackness. And we're going to go ahead and put our darkness, anti-blackness here. Alright. Notice in the center, we have a 6-pointed hexagon. Also, there's 6 little tiny pyramids, or triangles, you can see. Yeah, 6 points of the star. Alright, so let's start again. We've got our 2 triangles. Okay. We're going to go ahead and connect them. That will give us our Star of David. And of course, we've got the hexagon in the middle. Here, let me darken it in for you. I'm not sure if you can see that. Notice the 6-sided hexagon. Right? And then we've got 6 points of the star. Here first. Let's put a dot in the center. If you're doing this at home, put a dot in the center. Just like that. Now for some of you, it's probably already jumping out at you. But if not, just follow along with me. You see the 6 points around the star here? We're going to go ahead and we're going to connect them. That's all we're doing, is we're connecting all the points of the star, just like this. Got it? Then we'll point in the middle. And we've got our 6 points all connected. Now for you geniuses, can you see it yet? Here, let me darken it in.
You are mine. You are my son.
If you can see it, don't ruin it for the person next to you.
I need you in my life.
Okay, so pay attention to the little point in the center. Now I want you to take the letter Y. I'm going to say the letter Y for Yahweh, or Yahweh, Hawashai, whatever. Okay, now we're going to take that letter Y, which is actually, could also be a symbol of one dimension. I'm sorry, 3 dimensions. Anyway, okay, this is our first line from the center up to your right, okay, and then your center up to the left. That's your V. That's from the Y, the letter Y. And then go ahead and finish the bottom stem, and there you go. I'm sure you can see it now. You can see that now. Yes, people? We can see that. We've gone from a 2D image, right, to a 3D image, if you can see that. And what have we done? We connected all the points of the star, and we put a Y for Yahweh in the center. And what do we have? Can you see that? You can see that, right? Here, I'm going to darken in the Y for the people in the back. Okay, now there's something also that's even more interesting about this. If you notice, I spelled Yahweh wrong, and I recognize that, so you don't have to leave a comment. Okay. This cube, you can see the cube, I'm sure. If you can't, you're more brainwashed than you could possibly imagine. But this cube isn't all that this symbol has to show us. And I'll show you what I mean. But keep in mind, this is already the third religion, third Abrahamic religion, that's represented by a cube. Am I lying? Okay, now we're going to take the Star of David, put your dot in the center again. This is extremely interesting to me. Okay, and we're going to take our Y for Yahweh. And again, I know I spelled it wrong, so please don't leave a comment. We've got our dot in the center. Let's go ahead and put our Y there. Notice we're not connecting the 6 points of the star. We didn't do any of those things. All we did was put a dot in the center, right? And put the letter Y for Yahweh right there. And what do you have? What do you have, people? You can see that, right? Now I'm suggesting that smaller cube that you're looking at right there is representative of the cube that Jesus and Muhammad crawled into. Okay? And this larger outer cube, okay, representative of another dimension. Okay, we'll get into that. I'm suggesting, thus far, I'm still into it, okay, but thus far, that would be the creators of all 3 of these religions. And we're going to get to who those people are in a moment. Okay, here, let me go ahead and put it together for you. Here's our smaller cube, okay, that we just created. We just put the letter Y in the center for Yahweh. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and connect the 6 points. And what do we do again? We put a letter Y for Yahweh one more time. And look at that. Remember that, what was it, Nintendo? The Nintendo logo that had a cube within a cube? Remember I said I would show you what that is? There you go. That's a cube within a cube. Right there. That's a 4D cube, people. Now, in the very least, if we just stopped and closed the book right now, okay, in the very least, we can see that we're beyond the realm of religion. Okay? We're into the fourth dimension. This is the 4D cube. I'll break that down for you. If not in this video, certainly the next one. This is your Star of David. Right there. 4D cube. Okay? I'm suggesting again that that's that cube that's in the middle. Okay? That's representative of your other two religions of Abraham. That would be Christianity and Islam, and whatever other extensions to this story that they add. Okay? And this outer cube would be representative of the original creators of this masterpiece of mind control. Of this masterpiece of mind control. So we need to find out. Okay, well, let me do this. Just in case, you know, to you, certainly if you're of a believing sort of one of these books, let me show you what I'm talking about. Okay, you can see this guy, right? Yes? We can see that this is a person who practices the Torah, who is a follower of the Torah, who also, for some, we just read the explanation, right? Supposedly they're storing scrolls of information or something inside of that. I don't care about any of those things. What I do care is what I'm looking at and what I see. What I see is a black cube on this man's forehead. When I lost Jesus, I felt a little bit like this guy right here. But let's get to part 2, and I'll make it all better.